want to take you here because we want to illustrate this, one of the last generations of parks. And it's one that accommodates people, but we're learning how to accommodate different activities and activities that are sort of also seasonal. We're understanding more about the rain and how to accommodate parks that would accommodate people during the rainy seasons. One of the most fascinating thing about this park, it's called Director's Park because behind you is a set of movie theaters, one of the most successful ones that shows a lot of independent films. But this park is a bit different than the Pioneer Park that you've seen, when it's a larger scale, an urban scale. This park is really more of a neighborhood park that allows a set of different activities to happen, whether you want to be in the water, you want to play chess, you want to be salsa dancing, you want to be eating. This one accommodates a more intimate scale of activity. So it's actually more accommodating.
I think what I find is seasonally, sometimes even it changes where people gravitate to. So those that are planted a little bit more and lush are really popular in the summer environment, summer months. Spaces like this that have some shade and have really good drainage on the ground plane and a few outdoor tables, people will stretch really into the winter seasons. I think it's that variety of considering how to make different types of places that respond to different activities that it makes an outdoor space, makes a public space successful.
These cars are kind of representation of Portland at its root. There's a sense of kind of buy local and grow local. So I think when they start coming out, it was sort of a new thing like 15 years ago, but it was sort of at the heart of people. It's like people are willing to try the underdogs, and that's sort of the Portland story. It's about giving the underdogs a chance. And if you have if you watch Portlandia, these are all a bunch of underdogs, right? And so this cart has sort of kind of epitomizes it, and it gives a chance to the youth and the entrepreneurs. A lot of immigrants have started here. It's sort of like these carts have fueled a new movement of food from food cart to bricks and mortars and vice versa.
The other thing that we've witnessed, which is pretty fun, is some of these are starting to turn over. So you see how the turnover happens and that continuation. And then there's also been developers around town who have said, okay, if the mega restaurant works and the small cart works, then let's see what's in the middle. And so Kevin Kavanaugh, a local developer, has started micro restaurants. And it'll be a group of 3 or 4 restaurants grouped together with a common outdoor eating area and common main facilities. And those are now kind of popping up around town and seem to be doing pretty well.
If you look back in terms of just the economic history, in 2006, 2008, when they were at the heart of the recession, this food cart was a really good way to have entrepreneurship to happen. As everything was kind of the slump, this gave a lot of the food industry a way of giving the services and making money. So I think it's become part of the institution in Portland.
There's also a difference in community that happens with a food cart than when you think about a traditional restaurant. If you go into a traditional restaurant, you get seated, you're kind of sitting there for the duration of your meal and leave, as opposed to the food carts, which really start to activate the sidewalk. And during a typical lunch hour, we're a little bit late right now, but on a typical lunch hour, this is just packed. It's hard not to walk down the street and see somebody you know. Conversations strike up. It really changes the dynamic of being out and about in Portland.